I really got the feeling today that everything is going my way. Now this is what I'm talking about. Every time I see your smile, it makes me shout. Let's go! Let's go! Nothing's gonna stop us today. Get on the bus or get out the way. We're cruising with the radio on. So turn it up to 10. Here comes our favorite song. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another episode of IoT Tuesday with yours truly, Samuel Training. Technology. So, I should have started at 8 o'clock, but I had to still take care of stuff before we joined. Anyways, just like we do it, if it's the first time joining us, we went on a very, very long break. We're back. And today's episode, we'll be talking about primarily it's an unboxing episode today. And then also you get to ask me anything about IoT, real-time data, AI, and IoT. You can ask me that. So that's what we're talking about today. And as we do it, stick and stay with me. We'll be right back and we'll have some fun. Awesome. So for some reason, my stream seems a bit slow today. I don't know if it is my connection. I just want to be sure that it's not something that 720p was streaming at 720p. That's fine. What's happening onto my? I'm just checking just to make sure that everything is working fine. Could be that our video is fine. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let's know where you're joining us from. Once again, thank you for joining. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm yours truly, Samuel Atrani, bringing you interesting conversations about IoT and modding use cases of it. Today is mostly an unboxing session and ask me anything. So whilst we talk about AI in IoT, real-time data, stream data, and how to use in IoT, we're going to see how to unbox. And I like to do this live. That's my style. So I'm going to unbox. I've had this board for a couple of probably months now. So we're going to onboard it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to go through all the processes to setting it up. So you're going to see it live. And then if there's any question, once we do that, we'll be talking about some of the other interesting things when it comes to AI and IoT. If this is your first time joining, I would entreat you to subscribe to wherever you're watching us, whether it's coming from, you're coming from LinkedIn, you're coming from Facebook, you're coming from Twitter or X, or you're coming from Twitch. You can actually join us from that side. So the unboxing we're going to do today is it's actually from Arduino. I've had it, like I said, I've had it for a couple of months now. So let's see if I can go ahead and create a new scene, which would be a camera scene. And I'll call this workbench. And for those who I have transitioned from using OBS, not that I'm not going to use OBS, but I prefer to use Restream, which is a lot easier and faster for me to just set up and not have to do a lot of OBS craziness. So that is it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to switch to this. So this has my only. So let's go ahead and add. We're going to add an extra camera, and doo-doo-dum. There we go. So yeah, let's do that's fine. So we have added that camera, and I am going to switch. I'm going to switch to that camera. Let's just make sure that you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enable that camera in view, and we'll switch the role here. So what you're seeing right now is my, let's go ahead and turn this off. So what you're seeing on your screens is my workbench. So let's do this way. So this is what we will be unboxing today. Quite interesting. So like I mentioned, whilst we're doing the unboxing today, it's also an opportunity for you to ask me anything about IoT, AI, real-time data, and stuff like that. So don't be shy. Feel free to ask me about it. So let's just open the box. I think I can just go straight for it. Yeah. Yep, don't be shy. Welcome to the stream. If this is your first time joining. So what I intend to do with this is just go through the setup for this box, and then also try to connect it to some real-time data, connected to, like, we'll use Azure Event Grid, and then we'll also use Microsoft Fabric to try to push data from this board to to see how we can do the real time, and then later we can segue into things like using some of the data in in an agentic and AI way, like having some kind of agent work on it. So in my last episode, I had one of the biggest IoT MVP, Sanda, on the call on the show with me, and that was very interesting. And he shared with us the mouse, the smart mouse sensor. So let me let my camera stick. Yeah, my camera has a very funny way of following me around. I don't want it to follow me, so I'm just going to keep it. Oh no, it's doing that again. Okay. What you get for having, yeah, so I'm going to let it. I'm going to see if it's going to, there you go. So it shouldn't follow me again. All right, so in the box, ta-da, there are two of it. So we have two of this board. So it's the Arduino Uno Q, right? So this is the latest generation of Arduino Uno boards that I think is powered by Snapdragon, right? So we have two of them, and today we're going to go ahead and set this one up, so we don't need this box again, so we can throw this box away. Yeah, and feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Maybe you can tell us where you are joining us from, whether you've had experience with IoT, or what plans you have, or what you want to do with IoT. So yeah, let's just go. Let's get this rolling. So let me bring this here. So I'm just moving. I'm moving my screen so that I can literally how do you call it? I can literally get a screen here, so I can share the screen with you guys, and then if I have to switch things, you can see it. So we have the two Arduino Uno Q. So let's go Q. Let's go open this up. Let's see what is in it. What's in the box? What's all about? What the whole hype is? And let's get started. And that's how I like to do it. I like to, walk you through building and using it. So let's go and let's add our screen share. And let's share the sound. That's fine. Maybe we want to share the sound too. That would be okay. So what you're seeing here, so this is the Arduino Uno site, right? And so Arduino Uno Q, which is bridges high performance computing with real-time control. So it's Qualcomm. I say, why did I say Snapdragon? It's inspired by Qualcomm. And this is a bit more powerful than your regular Arduino, not like your entry-level Arduino, but a bit more powerful, like more than your entry-level Arduino. So it's packs, you can run Linux on it, real-time clock. As you can see, I think you can run MicroPython on this as well. You can actually run full Python on it. So we're going to see how to do all that. And it has its own, the app lab, which allows you to, write Python script on it. So it takes you from, if you are a beginner from, like Arduino Uno, starting from there going up, you can now leverage the Q to do a lot more interesting things. So we have one of it. So let's go see. I just want to pull up the spec sheet. Where is that? Okay, so let's go look at the documentations of it, so that, and I know some people, so when you ask me how do I learn, how do I try new things, this is how I do it, right? So here, this is the data sheet. I don't know if you can see this, but let me make it a little bigger. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. So it's powered by the Qualcomm, Dragon Wing QRB2210, which is a quad-core ARM Cortex A53 at 2 gigahertz. It has a GPU, 3D graphics accelerator, so it packs a punch. It's not your ordinary, Arduino board. 2 ISPs, that's a 30 megapixel, plus 13 plus 25. Wow, okay. It also has another STM32U585 ARM Cortex MVBit MCU that also running ARM Cortex M33, 2 megabits of flash. Okay, cool. Single board compute. You can connect an HDMI to it, mouse, keyboard, USB camera, USB drive, Ethernet cable, micro USB, a USB microphone. Note recommended with a 4 gig RAM. Which one did I get? Let's see. We shall see. Oh, this is the 2 gig. Yeah, this is the 2 gig 16 gigabit eMMC one that I got. So anyway, yeah, we'll still see how to play around with them. For OS, it's running Debian Linux. Arduino Q features a built-in Debian Linux environment with ARM stream support, and then wireless connectivity is got Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth 5.1. Connectivity, we have the quick connector, traditional Uno headers. You can have a new button map speed connector. And in terms of the IDEs, you can use both Arduino IDE 2 Plus 2.0. Oh, no. You are not late at all. We just started, actually. No, you are not late. So, and then you can use the app lab, which is I think, if you're used to Arduino, the Arduino IDE itself, you can go with IDE. But if you want to try the app lab too, and it's got a built-in RPC, remote procedure call, so you can bridge it with other things. All right, so interesting. Now let's see. Let's go back here and let's get started. Drop your question. So here it says that to get started, go to Arduino CC Uno Q. I think that's where we are. Arduino CC, and then we go to Uno Q. So this is it. This is where we go to and opens it up. I think I already have the App Lab installed, but here we can do it again. I'm running a Windows 11, 10, yes. So let's get App Lab whilst we are at it, whilst that's downloading. So yeah, runs Python. Okay, all right. So this is done. So let's go ahead and install our App Lab. I think I've already installed it, but no problems. Let's just do this again. So okay. So App Lab is saying, so we should connect. We should go ahead and connect our Arduino board. All right. So let's go to the bench. I'm just going to open any of it. You know what? Maybe let's bring. I hope you can see that. Sorry, guys. I'm just opening this thing. This. Oh man, my fingers hurt. Okay. All right. So let's open this up. And you know what? Let me bring this up. Yeah. For now. So let me bring this up. Yep. And let's see what's inside. So here we have a thank you sheet here. And we have a sticker. We have a bunch of stickers. And and then we have the board itself. So and there you go. So up close, this is the board. So this is a LED segment. You can see the pins, the button, and it's USB-C. And you have your chips right here. Yeah, and you can stack it with other traditional Arduino shields, right? So no, so well, I well, there's still use cases for the R4. I have one sitting here. Yeah, there's still use cases for the R4. It's just like you mentioned. It's just that yeah, opportunities and stuff like that. But it's part of, it's one of those things. I need to find a USB-C cable, one that is not power. So I'm going to pick this. So I have a USB. Oh, you have one sitting. What have you done with it? So I have a USB-C cable. Let's go back to here. And it says we need to connect it to it. So I'm going to connect it to a USB. And then straight ahead, I'm going to connect it to it. Oh la la. Do you see that? Check this out. See, it's doing like the Arduino. It's doing the Arduino sign. Yeah, it's running the Arduino sign. Okay, let's put all these things to the side. Okay, so it's loaded. As can be seen, now my USB cable is just too long. So you know what? Let me put it here. There you go. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Hello, Aaron Boydie. Welcome to the show. Welcome. We are playing around with the Arduino Uno Q. All right, so we've connected it, and now it has a pre-built. It's showing the heartbeat. That's very cool. So let's do this. Let's go back to the screen here. Okay, so We have connected it. Connect your Arduino. We've connected it, right? So click on it. And okay, so I like what I'm seeing so far, where it is actually almost immediately recognizing and telling me that my board software is a bit behind, so it needs to run update, right? So let's go ahead and run the update, which is always good to do when you get a new board. Make sure that your firmware is up to date before you add stuff to it. So please note that update will require complete reinstallation of your board. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have anything on it. It's a brand new board. So let's start flashing. Yeah, install the drivers. We definitely need some drivers to do the flashing. Now, it mentioned that it's going to need about, it says about 10 gig to run it. I'm not surprised if it's good. If it's running a Debian version of a Linux operating system, that's quite huge. But to think that this is running a Linux variant, that means I could potentially deploy things like Home Assistant. I could probably be, I don't know if anybody has tried it, but I could be also a bit curious and install something like Cloud Code on it, or CloudBot, or Moltbot to do some automation for me as well. But primarily, I believe that this board gives you the ability to deploy applications on edge, right? And I'm curious to see what this can run. Maybe I'll run Azure IoT Edge on it. I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of things that I can do with this, but I can experiment with it. Luckily I have two of it, so we'll definitely try to do a lot of experimenting on it. So we're waiting for, as you can see, yeah, it's pulling down the Debian image. I don't know if you guys can see it well, but maybe let me zoom in a bit. Yeah. So now it's pulling the Debian image, the latest one, and it's running it. Is updating. Yeah, that's very wild. And it's updating it on the yeah. That is crazy. Yep. That's wild. That's wild. Because you can run. It's interesting because for such a small form factor that packs a lot of points, that means it gives you opportunity to run or deploy a lot of a project or test a lot of things on this board, right, for your project, right? So you have a Linux variant. That means you can run things on it. You can go crazy, right? And the cool thing is Python. So all of you that are your Python geeks are like, I don't like C++, C++, you can now build Python on it. So you can run Python, and that's cool. You can still use your Arduino to write C++ on it as well. And that's, so you get the best of all the worlds, not both. You get best of all worlds. It has a GPU as well. You can connect it to HDMI, so that would be, I believe that'd be a shield. You can put an HDMI, like a shield on it that has all those other components, connect a mouse to it, a keyboard to it, and leverage it. That's a full-blown, MCU. So yeah, we'll see some of the crazy things we can do with it. So yeah, don't forget, today's MA Ask Me Anything. And also topic we're talking about, whilst we're doing the unboxing, we are also talking about AI, real-time data, and IoT. Okay, so it says preparing the hardware and flash the board. So to prepare the hardware for flashing, follow the instructions below. Disconnect from the power source. So we need to remove the power source and then add the F2F jumper between the two pins specified in the image. So let's go look for it. So I need to disconnect it from power. So I'm doing that now. I just disconnected it from power. Where is the jumper? About people. Where is the jumper? Where is the jumper? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Did we miss something? Was there a jumper in this thing that we probably threw away? No, I didn't see any jumper. Okay. Let me see if there's anything in the box. No, there's nothing in the box either. This is strange. There's a jumper somewhere. Let me see. Let me look at the board very well. Maybe the jumper is somewhere that we don't see. Okay. I don't see any jumper here. I don't see any jumper here. I don't see any jumper here. Okay. So, people of Arduino, add the F2. Where is the jumper? What are we supposed to get missing? A thing metal workaround. Asama. Just be kind to the pins. No, but how would you tell me to use a jumper and not give me a jumper in the kit? Not happy with Arduino. Anyway, guys, give me a sec. I need to go find a jumper. Let's see if I have one in this box. Not necessarily a jumper, but okay. So let's see. Will this work? I just need to close the loop. Sorry, guys. Packing. Let's see. Let me see if this. Will this work? No. That is the thing. I don't remember the last time I kept a DuPont cable around. Refund. No, this one is not refund. This one is hold on. I should oh man, I should have a bunch of these things laying around somewhere. Let's see if I have anything on this Raspberry Pi. Okay, so let's see. So we need to put one within the first one here, and then connect the board back to the computer using the USB cable. Okay, guys, give me a sec. I need to find it. So I think thankfully I have. Okay, good. No, I need female. So I found DuPont cables, but it's male to female. So I need to go find. I think I need to find female. Okay, I know what to do. So I'm going to connect them. No, that will give me straight male and female. Okay, I'll be back. Let's find this. Let's go into this. Let's go into this. So Arduino is literally pushing me to go into all my stuff. I can see this going into a part 2, right? Like I said, there's going to be a part series on setting it up, collecting data from it, and using it. So nothing to be stressed about, but it's just that I wish they had added it to it to make it a lot easier and seamless. Let's see if we can find something that will do the magic for us. It's not in this one. It is not in this one. And that's what you get for doing it live, right? So it's not maybe on an I2C. Yes. Well, that's what you get to do it live. So it's not predetermined or defining something that is. Let's have some fun. Okay, so that's just the header. Okay. All right, I think I will go with I'll go with a suggestion to go with a wire, and that's because I already have a wire, so I can go with that. Okay, so let's just go with a wire option, right? So I'm going to I'm just going to get rid of this DuPont cable, and then we'll use one of that. For those who don't have wire clippers, this is how we used to do it. So see, putting a thin wire. All right. So I'm going to wrap it around. And sorry guys, I'm going to show you what I did once I'm done. So I'm just going to use the wire to wrap it. Yeah, yeah, female to female would have helped, but I don't have a female to female. That's the interesting part. I don't have a female to female, else I would have just connected it to it. So I'm just going to do the wire. Actually, hold on just a sec. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. So, I went to find this. Now, ha 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 ha. See, guys, I found something I could use. So, I'm going to take the yellow one, right? So that's it. So this is now I'm going to use a female to female DuPont cable, and instead of the wire, so I'm going to put one on this side. And don't worry, guys. I'll show you what I did. Right. I just want to connect it first. Okay. There you go. So primarily, what I just did was to put the two female DuPont cables onto it. Right. So connect that, and then we're going to connect it back to the USB-C power. Okay. So that's it. And there we go. It's flashing. So that means that if you need to flash it, you need to make sure you change that jumper settings and then you power it. So now it's flashing it. 32 of 36 partitions. So once this is done, we would have we would have an Arduino Uno Q that is flashed with a very recent and latest. Yes, AFA. Yep. Now, so far, what's your experience? So if you're joining us in the chat, just tell us what was the last thing you did, what was the last IoT project you did, and what would be the most interesting IoT? Yeah, we're online. Yes. What would be the most interesting or fun IoT project you've heard of or are thinking of doing? Maybe one of these days, we can invite you to our lab and come and geek with us. Some people have had opportunity to come see our labs and geek with us. We have a lot of toys, a lot of stuff that we play around with. So it'll be cool to see people join. So yeah, we're waiting 32 out of 36. Yeah, there's going to be a series. This is the first part. We're just setting it up. We'll see things we can run on it. Whether I want to run .NET Nano, you want to run, Windows IoT.NET itself, whether you want to deploy Node-RED on it, do some, or you want to use, how do you call it? You want to use Microsoft, Fabric, which will be things we'll be doing, right? We'll see how to connect. Since this is using the classic Arduino, it can also work with Arduino shields, right? So we'll see how to connect some of the Arduino shields to it. I think I have some old Arduino shields. We can see what we can connect to it. And then also, it has a pin, so it's compatible with it. So how we can connect various sensors to it, read the data, pass it to Azure IoT Event Grid, and then see how we can use that as an input into places like Fabric, or you can even try Node-RED to make it easy for you guys. So we'll see how that works out. Q as a spy. That is an interesting conversation. So I have a pie here. I have actually three pies. Um, I don't know, man. That's going to be a very interesting benchmark. Considering that, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should look at running, um, doing some benchmark on the Raspberry Pi. Definitely, it would have to be. You would have to compare. I mean, 4 gig of the 5 gig one, and maybe the 4 gig one. But I have a 2 gig. I think this is a 2 gig one for. I think this is a Raspberry Pi 4. So I have this, which is a Pi. I think it's a Pi 4, and then I have a Pi 5, which is in this MQ. So this is a Pi 5. So we'll see. Yeah, we can still run that. So while that is working, I hope you've tried out our MX chip extension in Visual Studio Code. If you happen to be part of our MX chip workshop or training, or you have an MX chip, you can use our extension in Visual Studio Code. That makes it very easy and seamless for you to work with MX chip, to connect it to cloud hubs to send data, telemetry, and all that. So if you haven't tried it, yeah, go check that out. It's really interesting, and we keep updating it. All right, 36 of 36. So yes, we are done. We are done. We're done. We're done. Can you see that? It says proceed with the following steps: unplug the board, remove the jumper, and plug the board back. Okay, let's do that. So let's unplug it, remove our jumper, and let's plug it back. Okay. All done. I unplugged it, I removed the jumper, and I plugged it back again. Okay, so I did that. Okay, so it's not okay, waiting for the board to connect. All right, so the board is still running. You want you want another board. Okay, you have to work for it. You have to work for the board. You have to work for the board. Okay, it looks like it's connected. Okay, so what do we have? So we have the board is configured. Now, the network, select a network to connect your board. No available network for router is on the credentials and writing board. Okay, so the board is flashed with a new firmware. They want us to connect to it, but the question is, if I do the connect, it speaks Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So if I connect it to Wi-Fi, that means this board has access to internet, right? Then are the boards that expensive? Let's check the price. We can check the price. Okay, let's scan again. It's seeing all the network, and this is where the people will say, Sam, don't show your screen. Okay, I'm going to hide it. Bloom, for safety's sake. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and connect it. I was asking for the MX chip. Oh, you were asking for MX chip. You know where to find it. You know where and how to get an MX chip. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add. Okay, let's go ahead and add. I'm going to connect. I'm going to add the network to it. So. Let's see if this works. Confirm. I'm trying to so what I'm doing is I'm adding the network. I'm doing the network setup, right? So I'm connecting it to a network. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's try something else. Confirm. Let's see. This is taking longer than I thought. So let's go here. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to connect it to a very stable network. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, I see. I was totally wrong. Okay. Interesting. I wouldn't have remembered in a million years. Okay, it's connected. So now I can bring I can bring this back. Okay, so I connected it to a network. So now the board is connected to a network. Confirmation I need. What confirmation do you need? Thank you, boss. Share. You need to work for it. You need to plow like 6 acres before you get an MX chip. There's one. Actually, let me just do this. So those who are asking about the MX chip, this is the MX chip. This is the one that he's talking about. This is the MX chip, and this is a new one. See, this is a new MX chip. Yeah. Okay, so it says it has some updates we need to install, right? So Zafia, IP, App CLI, App Lab, Arduino CLI, install all of them. So technically, today's session has just been unboxing it, installing it, setting it up. Next week we will be looking at. Okay, there we go. So next week we'll be looking at running the very first test on the Arduino Uno Q, right? So this is just the first phase out of the box, running through that process, and I'll try to document that with the second one when I'm running it, so that I can share that also in the blog post with you guys. But so far, apart from the jumper paint snafu, I think so far the process has been very straightforward and smooth. It's not being crazy, right? It's just been straightforward. One of the things that maybe I would want to try with this is okay. Let's just get it running first, and then we'll see how we can. I'm soliciting for project ideas that we should build on the Uno Q. So if you have project ideas or crazy things you want us to try on the Uno Q, yeah, I'll be more than happy to welcome it. So yeah, but so far looks it's looking good. We've spent the better part of today's session just installing, and setting and prepping it up. In subsequent ones, we would go ahead and start to use it. So today we downloaded the App Lab. Use the App Lab to update, set up the queue. That's update the firmware. We're updating the software on it. This is almost like if you're running a Linux distribution, it's more or less like running apt, upgrade or update, trying to update all those things. But yeah, it's clearly telling us it needs the Arduino Sapphire and App CLI and App Lab. It's trying to update all these things, so it's doing that for us in the back. So far it is seamless, minus the jumper issue. I think I like it so far. I don't know about you, but yes. Yeah, someone asked about the price. Let's go and look at the price. So let's look at the price. So how much is the Arduino Q? So let's go to the oh no, I don't need a step file. So yeah, we'll start to use the tutorials here to do the very simple ones. But let's go and look at the pricing. So I'll go here, Uno Q, buy now. and then we'll see the price. So, Aaron, the price for the board is $59. That's minus shipping, right? So if you added shipping and stuff to it, that could probably go a bit high, but that's about $59, right? So no cloud compatible, and we know that some of these things can be expensive for people that don't have access to it, and that's why I encourage you to join the WhatsApp group, join the channel. We have a WhatsApp group, and um, Arnold, fantastic guy, lead sessions on some of these things. So if we're doing one of our workshops, if you don't have the board, you can come. You have access to the board to do a workshop, to try your hands on it, and stuff like that. So yeah. So Aaron, that's the price of the board whilst we await the updates from. Yeah. So this would be wish there were more GPIO pins. Yeah, I know, right? So let's actually look at the. So here we have the 2 gigs. So let's see pins. Yeah. So we have a digital IO pin 47. So wait, 47, 22 exposed on, and okay. Yeah, 22 exposed on analog and digital, and then 25x on JMSIMX. Okay, ADC converter, they have 6 of that. DAC, 12 betas, 2 PWM pulse weights. There are 6 shared with the GPIOs. That's fine. Op-amp, 2 external interrupts. There are 2 UARTs, I squared C4 SPI, 3 CAN 1, obviously. RGB LED matrix divided by 3. Okay. So plus or minus 5 volts, max of 3 amps. So be mindful before you blow your board. Okay. Quick connectors, yes, for I square seed at 3.3 volt. Yeah, and then the JCL is loaded. Yes, internally is loaded. Yeah, yes, for MPU. All right. So primarily, yes, it has some. It packs quite a lot into it. We just need to user interfaces, medium. Yeah, so the media interface, like I said, there's an audio, video, camera, RGB LED. There's a power as well on it. We can add that to it, right? Yeah, and then there was the R4, and yep, yeah. I know, don't worry, we'll be fine. Okay, so let's look at. We don't need card files. We don't need SIM access. Let's go to the. Let's see what is compatible with. We've seen Arduino Cloud Editor. Good. So see, this is what I was saying. So it's compatible with the relay. So we have the 4 relay shield, the motor shield, the SPI shield. I don't think I need an SPI shield, but 9-axis motion shield. Okay. Do I have this? Let's see. I think I have some. All right. The libraries, it has the Modulino, it has the servo libraries. These are featured libraries. It has the wire, for I2C communication, and then we have the SPI as well, right? Okay. Yeah. So let's go check out what's happening to our. Okay, so all our apps have been installed. All our apps, as you can see, our apps have been installed, and we're being asked to restart App Labs. All right, so now I think something happened once we finish installation. So now it's telling us that multiple boards are connected. Please select one to start. I don't think it's multiple boards. So what's happening now? And this is really cool if it's working over wireless. I said, now, this is why it's saying 2 boards. It's not 2. It's just 1. Now we've connected it via USB, so it's seeing it over USB. It's connected onto the network. As we speak, it's connected to the same network as this computer, so it's seeing it on both the Wi-Fi and also the USB. Isn't this cool? So this means that I can actually work over it remotely. Interesting. Well, Which one do we start with? USB or network? USB or network? Well, I guess you're going to find out whether we want to do USB or network alone next week. So thank you so much for today. It's 9:03. We're trying to keep to time. So today we saw how to just unbox. We unboxed the Arduino Uno Q. We set it up. It's ready to be used. And next week we'll continue from here. Whether we want to use the USB or the network, we can do that. So next week we'll continue. For there's something interesting just happened, but okay. So people are saying network. That's interesting. Anyway, so we would see. I'll meet you guys again same time next week. We'll continue from here, and then we'll start to actually build with it. One of the coolest things I think I mentioned I was going to do as part of, okay, so USB one, network one. So make sure we have a vote of it. So I have this three-piece. I have this very interesting RGB light here. And I have an interesting use case, right? Most times I miss setting maybe emails that are very vital and important. And I want to use this to automate that. So when I get, setting vital emails, let's see if we can use this Uno Q to run that successfully. All right. So people, thank you for making a date with me today. It's been a very quick and interesting one until I come your way again next week. Remember, let's make the world a better place through whatever we know how to do. Ours is IoT and technology. I'll catch you next week. Stay.